You're sitting in your living room, the lights are low, and you've just watched the final episode of The Handmaid's Tale. The credits roll, and you're left staring at the screen, heart pounding, mind racing. June Osborne still hasn't reunited with Hannah. Gilead still stands. And you can't help but wonder, was that really the end? Or is there something more lurking just beyond the horizon? Hey everyone, it's Brain Pilot, and if you're anything like me, you probably felt a mix of awe and frustration at that finale. But what if I told you that the story isn't over? In fact, there's a whole new chapter about to unfold, a chapter so packed with secrets, betrayals, and unexpected alliances that it might just change everything you thought you knew about Gilead. Stick around, because today we're diving deep into the Testaments, the highly anticipated spin-off that's about to take the Handmaid's Tale universe to a whole new level. And trust me, there are some jaw-dropping twists ahead that you won't want to miss. Let's kick things off with a burning question that's been on everyone's mind. When is the Testaments actually coming out? Hulu is keeping their cards close to the chest, but here's what we do know, the show is already in production. That's right, it's not just a rumor or a press release, cameras are rolling, scripts are being read, and the world of Gilead is being rebuilt as we speak. Now, if you're thinking back to those agonizing waits between Handmaid's Tale seasons, sometimes a year, sometimes even two, you're not alone. But here's the first mystery box. Will Hulu surprise us with an earlier release, or will we be left hanging until 2026? I'm betting on a spring or summer drop, maybe even April to keep with tradition. But as we all know, Gilead loves to keep us guessing. Now, let's talk about the story itself, because this is where things get really intriguing. The Testaments jumps ahead a massive 15 years after the events of the Handmaid's Tale finale. Picture Gilead, but through the eyes of a new generation, one that's never known anything else. Hannah, now called Agnes, is at the center of it all. She's been raised with Gilead's beliefs, completely cut off from the world before. But here's our second mystery box. What happens when someone who's never tasted freedom starts to question everything she's been taught? That's the heart of Agnes's journey, and it's going to be fascinating to watch. But wait, there's more. In the novel, Agnes's adoptive mother Tabitha dies, and Agnes is forced to live with Paula, who's less of a loving stepmom and more of a villain in disguise. Commander Judd, the leader of the Eyes, wants to marry Agnes, and let's just say his track record with wives is not great. But just when you think you know where this is going, another twist hits. Agnes discovers she's actually the daughter of a former handmaid. Yes, June's legacy is alive and well. This leads us to an even more fascinating discovery. Agnes has a half-sister named Nicole, also known as Daisy, who's been working with Mayday to smuggle women out of Gilead. Nicole's story is a roller coaster in itself. After escaping Gilead as a child, her adoptive parents are killed by enforcers, forcing her into hiding. Eventually, she goes undercover as a Pearl Girl, women who lure others into Gilead with promises of a better life. But here's our third mystery box. What secret mission brings Nicole and Agnes together, and how will their reunion shake the very foundations of Gilead? Enter Aunt Lydia. She survived the original series for a reason, and in the Testaments, she's more complex than ever. Outwardly, she's still the strict aunt we love to hate, but underneath, she's plotting Gilead's downfall from within. She entrusts Agnes and Nicole with explosive evidence, a microdot hidden in a tattoo, that could expose Gilead's darkest secrets to the world. Their mission? Get to Canada and bring the regime crashing down. But here's the fourth and final mystery box. What price will they pay for freedom, and will Gilead finally fall? Now, let's talk cast. And Dowd is back as Aunt Lydia. Honestly, who else could pull off that role? As for June, Elizabeth Moss is involved as an executive producer, but will she appear on screen? That's still up in the air, especially since the story is set 15 years in the future and June's connection to Agnes and Nicole is only hinted at in the novel. Playing Agnes is Chase Infinity, Daisy/Nicole is played by Lucy Holiday, and Matt and 40 takes on Becca. There's a whole new lineup of aunts and commanders, and I can't wait to see who they cast as Commander Judd, the story's enigmatic antagonist. So, why should you care about the Testaments? Because it's not just a continuation, it's a reinvention. We're about to see Gilead through fresh eyes, with new heroes, new villains, and new stakes. The oppressive world we thought we knew is about to get even more unpredictable, and the fight for freedom is far from over. If you're as excited as I am, here's what you should do next: hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any updates as we get closer to the release. Drop your wildest theories in the comments. Do you think Agnes and Nicole can finally bring down Gilead? Will Aunt Lydia's double life be the key to everything? And if you want to get ahead of the game, pick up Margaret Atwood's novel and dive into the world of the Testaments before the show drops. Thanks for watching, and remember, in Gilead, nothing is ever as it seems, and the real story is just beginning. Stick around, because I'll be breaking down every new detail, every episode, and every twist as soon as they drop. Until next time, keep questioning, keep theorizing, and keep fighting for the truth.